tendon repair. So there's 1,000, different ways to repair tendons. Kessel, Becker, Krakow is the one I typically do. There's different variations of each, but you want a locking type suture that will help hold the tendon. Because imagine a tendon sort of like we say horsetail, and it's long strands, it's solid, but it's long strands. So if you're running stitch in between and just pulling it through, it's going to end up splitting those long fibers.
Yep.
So our suture style is locking, gripping onto those tendinous fibers and pulling them together. So we'll repair the bulk of the tendon using this gripping type suture, and then depending on how frayed those ends are or how clean those ends meet, we'll do some type of running stitch along them to make sure that it kind of sits nice and flush and doesn't have any type of problems.
Most of those are showing a buried knot technique, except for that augmented Becker.
Yeah.
So and the Suga. So I think the Krakow or some of the Kessler ones, depending on the tendon, are most helpful because you can bury the knot. Yeah,
there's two trains of thought on that. The buried knot is your gold standard. I mean, you're bringing it in, the tissue will heal it around the knot. Yes, you're taking up a portion of that tendon to healing, area, but in the long run, it makes no major difference. The logic behind the knot being on the outside and not in the area of tendon healing is that there's no knot impeding that wound, that tendon laceration site. But then you end up having a knot on the top of your tendon or on the bottom of your tendon, which if you can balance it, great. If you can't, great. So like when I do my Achilles, I'll throw my knots on the side because that tissue, I have some...
You can hide it a little bit.
Yeah, I have a little bit of wiggle room here. But small tendons like this, suture that we're using, it'll take up minimal space.
And the suture we're talking about is almost indestructible. I mean, it'll tear your gloves before it'll break. So we're using non-absorbable suture material.